What if gravity just switched off for 5 seconds? Sounds like a fun, floaty dream, right? Well, let's break down the science, and I promise you, it's a lot more chaotic than you think. Imagine you're just walking down the street, maybe sipping a coffee. Suddenly, without any warning, gravity vanishes. The first thing you'd notice is that feeling of weightlessness. Your feet would lift off the ground, your coffee would become a floating brown orb, and you'd start to drift upwards. This is because the Earth is spinning incredibly fast, over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. It's gravity that's been holding you down this whole time, pinning you to the surface. Without it, the planet's rotation would fling everything that isn't bolted down into the air. You, your car, your house, every person, every animal, every loose object on the planet would suddenly be launched upwards at the same speed the Earth is rotating. In just 5 seconds, you could be flung almost a kilometer into the sky. It would be a moment of pure, silent chaos. The oceans, no longer held in their bases, would bulge and slosh, beginning to break apart into colossal floating blobs of water. The atmosphere itself, that protective blanket of air we breathe, would also start to drift away into space. The pressure would drop catastrophically. It would be like being teleported to the top of Mount Everest in an instant. You wouldn't be able to breathe. Now, that's just the first 5 seconds. The real disaster, the true cataclysm, begins when gravity turns back on. Picture this scene. Everything that was just launched into the air, people, cars, buildings ripped from their foundations, mountains of ocean water is now suspended in the sky. And then snap, gravity is back. Everything that went up must come down, but it's not a gentle float back to Earth. It's a free fall. Objects would accelerate at 9.8 meters per second squared, smashing back into the planet with devastating force. The terminal velocity of a human is about 120 miles per hour. So imagine millions of people, cars, and debris hitting the ground at that speed. It would be an extinction-level event. Planes that were flying would suddenly have no lift, then have gravity violently reassert itself, causing them to plummet. The structural integrity of everything would be tested and would fail. Skyscrapers, bridges, and dams, not designed to be dropped from a great height, would crumble and collapse upon impact, creating shockwaves and earthquakes that would ripple across the globe. And what about the oceans? Those gigantic floating masses of water would come crashing down, creating tsunamis of unimaginable scale. We're talking waves thousands of feet high, sweeping across continents at the speed of a jet airliner. They would scour the land clean, wiping out entire cities in moments. The sheer force of the impact would be equivalent to billions of atomic bombs going off at once. But the destruction doesn't stop there. Remember the atmosphere that started drifting away? When gravity returns, it would all come rushing back, compressing violently. This would create a phenomenal sonic boom that would circle the planet, shattering eardrums and leveling anything that might have miraculously survived the initial impacts. This sudden compression would also generate immense heat, likely igniting global firestorms. The sky would be filled with debris, dust, and smoke, blocking out the sun for years, maybe even decades. This would trigger a nuclear winter-like scenario, plunging the Earth into a new ice age. The planet itself would be scarred. The crust might crack under the strain of trillions of tons of water and rock slamming back down. This could trigger massive volcanic eruptions, spewing even more ash and toxic gases into the already choked atmosphere. The world's ecosystem would be completely obliterated. Any life that survived the initial fall, the tsunamis and the firestorms would face a dark, frozen, and toxic world. So a mere 5 seconds without gravity wouldn't be a fun little zero-G adventure. It would be the complete and utter end of civilization as we know it, and likely the end of most life on Earth. The planet would be reset, transformed into a barren wasteland, a testament to the immense and constant power that we take for granted every single second of our lives. Gravity isn't just what keeps our feet on the ground. It's the invisible force that holds our entire world together. It's the silent guardian that protects us from the chaos of the cosmos. Without it, even for a moment, everything falls apart. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? Next time you drop your keys, Maybe take a moment to appreciate the force that brings them back to you, instead of launching them into the cold void of space. What other what-if scenarios have you wondered about? Let me know in the comments below. Love these wild ideas? Subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out. See you next time.